He's a different beast at the moment.
I just sat back the other night just going, this bloke is just from another planet.
Freddy in the 8th, we are back.
So that's not 6 to go. Play on.
Come on!
Bang, see you later, champ.
Call an ambulance! Still going, Tony Staggs. Happy's on his way again.
Sidestep him, Cole. He's on the ground.
Oh, go, Freddy!
What's going through his brain?
Oh, Andrew John. What has happened there? Oh, wow! Big Papa! Stop it. He's taking the mickey.
I'd like to see that.
I've got nothing.
Wow. Wowee, there it is.
Yes, hello, welcome to Freddy and the 8th. Great to be with you for another week in between rounds 20 and 21. 4 games of footy on 9 now, and alongside me, both Phil, Andrew Johns. Hello, fellas.
James.
We could take this show on the road in the off-season.
We could.
Geez, you look good today. You are glowing.
Feeling good.
Suited up.
Isolation is good, which means no pubs are open.
I wish I had those shorts on that we see there.
Yeah, no plums today, Andrew.
No plums.
No plums.
Plums are in.
Take him to market.
Sporty Spice over there, Brad.
Thank you.
You're in the Olympic vibe at the moment?
In my athleisure wear.
Athleisure.
Yeah. You'd be like the Ollie Roos and the rugby
that one down the
sevens
middle.
coming home on the plane.
How good are they?
Mate, it's like fair dinkum. They've just finished the Olympics. Give them a break.
I thought they'd be on like a private charter anyway.
Oh,
so then you
anyway.
could really run a mate. They got the soccer boys involved too, by the sounds of it.
Yes, they would.
Okay, now I mentioned the Olympics.
What are you going to say then?
But,
Rugby union, they're wild boys. Those.
oh yeah.
You imagine if they're leagueies, how much they'd be getting hammered.
Hey, because the Olympics are on, last week we played a little game at the top, thought we'd revisit it, but this time we want gold, silver and bronze for some rugby league champions at the moment. The 100 metre sprint, who would pick it up? Gold, silver and bronze, these are our contenders, our top 3 that we're giving you. The Fox, Josh Addo-Carr, as we know, fastest man on the planet. If you're talking to Gus, and he's been showing that of late.
Look at his legs with those white socks, makes him look faster.
Yep, totally with you on that. Our other contender, Jason Saab.
He's mine.
He's more of a 200, I reckon.
Really?
200 specialist.
Man, he's got some...
You seen that young American, the 19-year-old?
Hammer time.
Look at this for balance.
Amiso
We've got to get it at the end of the year in the grand final. Half time of the grand
Olympics.
final.
All right, so we've been pushing for that. We want to make it happen, but if it did happen, who'd be gold, who'd be silver, who'd be bronze?
Saab's my gold.
Ooh, I'm going the other way. I'm going Fox, Hammer, Saab.
I'm going Saab, Fox, Hammer.
Did we leave anyone out? No, Corey. Xavier Coates.
Nah.
Yeah, Xavier Coates will be there.
See, I think he's more of a 200 as well.
Remember early in the year when
Imagine Xavier on the bend.
he got away from Fox when they played down at Amy Park early in the year.
Yep. Some are very good over the 40, not so much the 100 too. So
There's plenty good over the 40.
Yep, including
Plenty
me.
of sprinters.
High jump. All right, now, high jump. Gold, silver and bronze. Let's start first cab off the rank. Kyle Felt, we know, loves a high ball. Scored over 100 tries now. With the Cowboys, Xavier Coates as well. So
Xavier Coates wins easy.
Yeah,
He's built like a giraffe. You see the high jumpers, male and female, they're all above 6'3", 6'4".
Zach Lomax comes in for bronze.
See Mitchell Stark's brother in the high jump? I watched him the other night. He was outstanding.
Any other Olympic Games, he would have won a medal.
Wow, he was so good.
I think Jason Saab would be up there too. He might win a double.
He'll do the old scissor. You know, they just used to run along and do the scissor kick. I'm going Coates. Was it Toops?
Yep. Yeah, he should be.
Toops wasn't in it?
Well, he should be, shouldn't he?
I'd go Coates. Who's the other two then?
We had Kyle Felt, Lomax. Yep.
Lomax Felt.
I'd put Toops on top.
I'm the same.
All right, bit of judo. I like this one because of one player in particular that's listed. So, from the footage we've got, these are our contenders.
Oh, get that into you.
Matt Burton.
Look at the tight body to body.
Yep, very nice. Justin Olam. Oh, he wins.
He wins. Yeah.
Or, because it's judo.
No, he wins.
This bloke had to be in there. Lachlan
Look
Lewis.
at this. Oh,
He wouldn't get bronze, he'd get lead. That's coming last. Yeah. Where's your header?
Justin Olam for the goal. Yeah.
Burton and Lewis gets lead.
yeah.
Done. Hey, pretty interesting week since we last did a show. Saturday woke up and then there's a press conference and all of a sudden the competition was off. How important was it? You can only imagine, Brad, the conversations that were happening behind the scenes to try and get the games rescheduled to Sunday, Monday. Remarkable job to get it back
Incredible.
up.
Yeah, I think just the way the league's running at the moment, there's a bit of trust up above, and I think the clubs did an enormous job. And considering there's families up there, and you can only imagine what's going on at the moment, you know, the attention to detail behind the scenes, you know, whether it's food or recovery or all the things that we do to put these footballers out on the field at the moment, the logistics behind the decisions is incredible. But the decisions and their relationship with governments at the moment is, you know, is as good as I've ever seen.
Yeah, well, it says everything. I think the AFL had 3 games scheduled for Queensland on the weekend. They had bailed out altogether.
They got moved?
Yeah, from Queensland, whereas the NRL just sort of hunkered down.
I saw there was a reserve grade AFL game and they called them off the field.
Oh, wow.
They were
it was actually
playing.
happening.
That's what I
Crazy times.
Yeah, but well done to the NRL, the way they negotiated.
Absolutely.
Done.
And the cases, Joey, are rising each day. We're recording this on the Wednesday, another 16 today. But the competition rolls on this weekend. They've got the 2 venues.
so far,
if they came out of Queensland, I'd love to see it in the Hunter Valley, where they base themselves in the Hunter Valley. They can play at Newcastle, Central Coast, even out at Mudgee. There's other game where they play at Mudgee and Dubbo. Grounds out there.
Yeah.
Tamworth. I think
Tamworth is another one.
I think ideally they'd just love to just put their heads down.
And they could
get
save some
charging.
money. They wouldn't fly in there. They'd just bus it there. So the Hunter Valleys, you base them out at Cessnock.
Stop it. There's kids watching this show.
Cessnock, look, small hands.
Hey, speaking of the Hunter,
Their little fingers are in a bus. Just driving in.
You know who drives a bus now? Glenn Grief.
Does he?
Grief is a long distance bus driver.
Ray Price is a bus driver, isn't he?
Is he?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Alone Griffey.
hey, so because of the Saturday games getting pushed to Sunday, it saw the Knights play in the afternoon. Now they're backing up against the Broncos Thursday night. Anyone got an issue with the 4-day turnaround, or just something that just has to be done?
Well, it's only for a week, so it's not ideal, but they'll get on with it.
Well, they had a win last week, so they'll be on their toes. Mitchell Pearce back, so it could work in it as an advantage.
Did you? What was back in your playing days? Was there?
Origin. After Origin.
Origin was
Sometimes it was 2 days. And then,
2 days was the hardest.
And then I think it all depends, you know, if you won, you lost. I think sometimes it was all different. But
If you hung.
so yeah. I remember
We're still going.
Me and Ben Kennedy, we won the series, I don't know what year, late 90s, 2000. And we were told we were going to be rested. So we won the Wednesday night, topped up, got back to Newey, rung the bride, come pick us up. When she turned up the airport, the bags were there, but we'd disappeared. So we had a few on the Thursday. Friday morning, get the phone call. So-and-so's pulled out, you and BK have to play. So I was like, oh, whatever. Mate, BK, you know what a warrior Ben Kennedy is? He had a nervous breakdown. He turned up 10 minutes before the warm-up. There was like a litter of kittens. He was having kittens. He was that rattled. And we went out and played the Warriors and won by 50.
Beautiful.
Yes, I got 3 WMs.
Job done. Do it responsibly. 3.
Not me.
very true.
Mate, just playing, you know, you get that reflux of the acid. And I'd be looking at BK. Don't even look at me. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Go on, BK. There's only another 60 minutes to go. It's all right for you. You're on the edge. I defend in the middle. Anyway, we won.
That's the
Well, Munster won an Origin series last year, hung over the whole time. He's the best, Munster.
Is he ever? Hey, what about the grand final? Is it too soon to be talking about where it should be? Because all of a sudden we've got Queensland, Victoria, and then in this battle for it, but New South Wales sort of going, hey, it's still ours at the moment.
Ballararo, he's the one standing up.
Yep.
And good on him for doing it.
I think it still stays in Sydney at the moment. You know, I think the Premier was talking last night, if we get so many people vaccinated that, you know, things will be opened up, and I think the date was late August. That still allows people a month to prepare to get tickets and accommodation or whatever they've got to do. I think you've got to think about the fans as well. You know, you can't leave it too late because, you know, they've been battered over the last couple of years for their club. So I feel like Sydney still at the moment should be holding the grand final.
Yeah. Just give it a while, make a call later.
Well, you got 4. You got, I reckon, the start of the semis. So you got until the end of August.
Don't know.
Don't know. Don't care?
Don't know. Yeah, I do care, but
Sydney?
I just don't know. I don't want to think about it. Yeah, Sydney. I'd love to see Sydney have it.
Yeah.
But the attraction for Melbourne is you get 90, 95,000 fans, so it makes them...
Yeah, but you also, you mightn't fill it either. Start of Origin this year wasn't going to be full.
Wasn't it?
No.
Interesting if the Storm are in the grand final.
Yeah.
And it's at the MCG.
Well, the
bit
boss,
advantage.
I saw the boss is looking at some sort of
Matt Tripp
Wants to buy it.
tactic about, trying to buy the
Good on
grand
him.
final. And,
having a crack.
Yeah.
well, I think
You
Peter
got it.
V'landys has been very open about, you know what, the game at the moment needs to be as financially minded as possible.
Yeah, I
And
can't blame him for that.
absolutely. But through this time, I don't think everyone will look back and go, the game was greedy. I think they'll look back and go, well, the game survived.
Yep.
So I think it'll be interesting what they say, but Sydney, to me, should still be the favourite.
Alrighty, watch this space on that one. Let's get into some footy, hey? Saturday night footy on 9. It starts the first of 5 in the run to the finals. And what a way to kick it off between these two old foes.
Now Addo Carr with a banana sort of kick. It's a good one. It bounces up. They get another try. Josh Addo Carr's kicking for tries now.
Trbojevic, Cherry Evans. Here we go again. Tom Trbojevic takes the ball. Offload to Harper.
Punched up for Hughes and Hines, and a ball on for Mia, and Melbourne are really sticking it to Penrith here at the moment.
Tom Trbojevic got past Talakai. Croker. Tom Trbojevic again. There's the turbos.
Oh yes, Melbourne and Manly love this one. Wish there was a crowd. Wish it was at Brookie. 10 years since the big one, and all the talk going into this. I mean, you've got two of the form teams, but Turbo. Seriously.
Well, he keeps playing like that.
From another
keep talking
planet.
about
I don't know what planet he's from. It is the best individual performance I've seen, I think, since Jared Hayne lit it up. Is that 09?
it. Cogra.
Yeah, Cogra in that semi.
It's just
That was the game before the semi, I think.
The game before they got beat by 30 odd. He came out
Didn't
and
they?
played.
I thought they had to
came
win
out
to
the
make
semi
the
and beat him. This is just, like we say it all the time, it's like under 8s. He's on another planet. He's from another planet.
It reminded me watching good players like in SG Ball, in the under 17s or 19s where, they had footwork and they were fast and they just were too good for the other team. And there were stages in that game against Cronulla where they just had no idea.
he concedes that the rule changes, the way the game has gone, has helped him.
He's humble.
Yep.
He's going to say, you know what?
Yes,
I'll tell you what's helped him. The incident at Manly at the start of the season.
Yep.
You should see what sort of shape he's in at the moment. I'm telling you, he's a weapon. He's so much stronger than I've ever seen him. Mm-hmm. He was always very lean, and he's a different beast at the moment. He's totally focused, training hard.
Love it.
From another planet.
Yep.
I just sat back the other night just going, this bloke is just from another planet.
He's Dalian medal winner, isn't he?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, there's 5 weeks.
There's 5 men of the matches if he's fit.
Yeah, well, there's 5 weeks to go though, so you don't know what's going to happen. Cody Walker's up there. Cody Walker's been pretty good.
Yep.
Nathan Cleary, they say he might be back this week, which I doubt it, but he'll be carrying a shoulder injury for the rest of the season. But between Cody's doing as much as anyone at the moment. Different to Turbo, he's not as much of a runner, but they're all coming off him, all the points.
Well, yeah. So if Melbourne to be stopped from winning 17 straight, Andrew, is it Manly the team that can do it?
Yeah, definitely. Look, to beat Melbourne, you need to move the ball. And also, you need to be unorthodox. You need to offload the ball. You need to disrupt them. If you play set plays against Melbourne, they just eat you up. And Manly have pockets of attack. On the left side, they've got Schuster and Kieran Foran working together. Around the middle of the field, they've got all those big guys and Jake Trbojevic scheming. Then on the right side, DCE and Morgan Harper, the way they're combining with Ola Kawatu. Geez, I love him as a player. So I think Manly win just from their pockets of attack. And they're in great confidence, great form.
They're both nearly fully fit. Melbourne have Big Nelson out and Kafusi. There's not many games you see Kafusi miss. He's a real one of those sort of people that maybe he doesn't get the credit a lot of the players get, but he doesn't miss many games. So they're going to miss him.
They rested him last week and then he's copped the suspension this week.
Yeah.
Right, so I'll give a good time for a break anyway for someone that went through the origin period. Brad, what about the role at fullback for Melbourne, Ryan Pappenhausen on the bench again. At what point, especially keeping in mind Nico Hines is off to the Sharks next year, do you think they transition to Pap being the starting fullback?
Oh, without a doubt. But I think last week, Paps was better than he was the week before.
Yep.
Copped a couple of batterings, I thought, on the weekend, and looked like you could just see his head tick over. And I thought he got some confidence out of a couple of hits that he copped. Also, I think Nico Hines is a better reserve than Paps. I think Nico covers a vast array of more positions, and I think between the two, Paps is most probably a better fullback, and Nico's a better bench player. So I think it's a given that some stage over the next 4 or 5 weeks, as Ryan starts getting more and more confident. But I saw something on the weekend where I'm trying to think who the left winger or the left centre come in and sort of really, nice tackle.
Yep.
And he just got up and you could see something click.
Yeah, Paps definitely. He said after.
Is that his nickname, Paps?
Paps.
Because the mind wanders. Looks like Sonic Hedgehog.
He does. So he's not getting rid of it anytime soon.
No.
He said he got up and about when he was on the bench, Brad, that he was sort of changed that tactic to be sort of following the team up and down the sideline, to just change his tactic to be more in the game, and he felt like it worked as well.
He'll get his confidence back. He's too good a player. Give him a couple of weeks and he'll be there. He'll be starting fullback.
Saturday night footy, 7 p.m. Join all the team. Danica and Andrew, you're working Saturday nights?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. Saturday night at work.
Could be interesting.
Yeah, cool.
Saturday.
Post-game coverage could be interesting.
When was the last time?
7:30 Saturday night. That's when Uncle Joey's at his best.
Good luck hosting that one, Danica. It could be a lot of fun. Let's get into our Fast Five here on Freddy in the 8th.
That's AM.
Will
7:30 AM.
Will Chambers, a lot of chirp, Brad, on Monday night, and he was absolute. I know he's been out of the game for a while, so he's trying to make an impact early.
Pushka.
Love the big hits.
Awesome.
Did you like what you saw?
Oh, it's great.
He was giving it to Dylan Walker.
Yeah, well, never really. There was a little scuffle, I think. Finished up after Manly scored a try. But apart from that, leave him alone.
Best sledger in the game, isn't he?
Well, just what's on the field stays on the field. That's a bit of old school rules. Unfortunately, now we have cameras everywhere, microphones, but what's said out there and the heat of battle stays out there.
Well, the problem was, though,
within reason,
is that he's been around long enough, so he was in control, out of control, and could handle it. But Toby Rudolph, shortly afterwards, there was a similar incident. He leaned forward with his head, which was like just a total loss of control. So,
if you're going to get Simbin, punch him.
Yeah.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, he had a player in his team that wasn't as experienced as he was, and got Simbin, which it didn't matter in that game, but in another game it might.
Chambers, remember he got into Latrell, similar.
Yeah.
Was that in an Origin? Then Latrell just went, doos.
Yeah, see you later.
Some thrive on it though, don't they? Being the guy that's been lipping.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like
Terry Hill.
Yeah.
Loved it.
I think it's it's sort of like we've become resistant to people sort of getting emotional out there. And sometimes emotions aren't always the cleanest side of our behaviours.
We
but
want characters.
Oh, God, leave it alone. I thought it was good.
Yeah, good. Love to hate people. All right, topic number 2, sticking with that game, Jason Saab. We know he's a freakish finisher. We spoke about him earlier as one of the fastest in the game, but the finish that we saw, if we can roll the tape and have a look of it, if we've got it here. Where does this go in?
That's the Chambers one. This is the one where he gets the ball from outside here.
There we go.
So he has to bend down 6 foot because he's that tall.
Where does
maybe
that
7 foot.
I mean, seriously.
And his feet, what did he be, size 15 shoes? Look at the size of him. That is just incredible. That is the best finish we've seen. Sione Katoa.
He's a gun.
Couple of great ones.
Yep.
Xavier Coates, a couple of good ones, but for me that was the best.
There was one many years ago where a player went over the dead ball and grabbed it and put it between his legs.
Josh Morris?
Nathan Friend.
Yep.
For the Titans or for the Warriors, I'm not sure. So we'll make sure we roll that in the show. But that was very similar. But
remember the David Mee one where you just
picked it out of his pocket.
Yeah.
There's a Katoa one where he catches it on the fly and he catches it at his toes. It's incredible.
South and Anthony Milford. Is it a match made in heaven or will it end badly?
Well, it depends. Up to Anthony. If he gets down there and gets fit, we've said in the past on this program we don't think he's rock hard fit. So if he commits, gets rock hard fit,
then
he's a great buy. But it's up to Anthony.
Ben Hunt out for the season. What does it mean for the Dragons?
How you do it?
Yeah. Geez, he's been good at club level, Van Hunt. He's copped a lot over the years. But I think he's been their best player, most consistent player this year. Yeah, really good.
Good player.
All right, and the injury bug struck again this season as well. The list keeps growing. 2019, 51 injuries, 2020, 55 injuries, 2021, 73 injuries. What do we put it down to?
What is that, season-ending injuries?
Well,
or is that just this time of year, how many are out?
I'm assuming this is just injuries.
Accumulation?
That have more than just a week or two out. You're probably talking decent stint on the sideline.
No idea. Don't know whether it's bad luck or they're carrying injuries from training, from really physical at training. Something in the NFL, I read, that they can only have so many full contact sessions a month.
Yeah.
Whether the NRL has to get to that, you go to training, they are full on. They're hitting each other 90-95%.
I think if you look at the actual physical changes, there was a shorter pre-season. The game, the speed of the game has changed, and also the heavier protocols on the HIA all come into it. So I think between all them, the numbers are going up.
Let's get to some more footy this weekend. The Eels. I know you guys have spoken about this in your tips, which you can find on our YouTube channel as well, taking on South Sydney Rabbitohs' Mitch Moses. He is back. Just how important is he, Brad, for this Parramatta side, though?
The thing with Mitch is, especially with his kicking game, is they were number one from scoring tries off kicks, and the majority were coming off Mitchell Moses. Sometimes their attack isn't as dangerous as other teams, and you'll see that even by the for and against. And a lot of that will come down to, especially when Mitch isn't playing, if he hasn't got that option and threatening fullbacks and different people looking out for the kick, then a lot of their other players don't become dangerous. So I feel like that's their biggest loss, is the other players become less dangerous because he's not there to put them under pressure with his kicking game.
It's a big in. It's like Pearce coming back. He organises better, as Freddy said. He put the polish on the end of the sets, the kicking game. Last couple of weeks for Mitchell, they've put kicks dead for 7-tackle restart, and as Freddy haven't scored them tries for kicks. It's a massive in 12, 14-point turnaround.
Last top 8 side they beat, Andrew. Roosters round 9.
Yeah, it's definitely a worry. They're going to get out there and make a statement. I think the whole club's under pressure. I think Brad Arthur's under pressure. The only way to stop that is having a big win.
But leading into last week, the Roosters hadn't beat a top 4 side, and they'd pretty much sit 5th the whole season. So it only takes one game. There was times there, Parramatta beat Melbourne at the start of the season. So there have been times where everyone thought, this might be their season. So, it only takes a game.
Well, this one silenced the critics. What does it prove if they beat South?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
They beat South.
Well, they need to come top 4. Everyone spoke about their tough run in. You cannot win it from outside top 4. I don't know how. Doesn't matter how good at form you're in or good at team.
Do you think it changes a little bit because there won't be any home games?
As in what, for Parramatta?
No, for anybody.
Yeah.
They'll play. Well, I'm gathering. I'm assuming they'll play all in Brisbane.
If you're outside the top 4, you have to win 4 really brutal, tough games in a row.
And 3 of them would be away games. So
well, they're all going to be.
Yeah, so pretty much everyone will be away.
I think it's too big a toll, physically and mentally, to win 4 big ones in a row.
Yep.
Well, no one's done it for
What was the question?
20-odd years. Parramatta.
Does it silence the critics?
When they have a big win.
Yep. Okay, let's get to the 4 matches on 9. Brilliant stuff. Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Newcastle and Brisbane. Andrew, how confident are you with Mitchell Pearce back? Bradman Best in form. Kalyn Ponga playing consistently.
Really confident. I think big, really high-scoring game, this really entertaining game. I just think the Knights got too many guns, especially out wide. Brisbane's edge defence out wide can be very vulnerable.
Yep.
Forwards cancel each other
Concurring, Brad?
out.
Concurring.
Okay.
Ponga, Pearce to Ponga to Best. Try time.
Done.
None of that.
We mentioned the Eels. They take on South. It's Macca's Friday night footy. Brad?
When you look at South, there was a thing the other day in the paper, and I spoke about where they score tries. South really rely on getting over the halfway line to score their tries. And the thing is, with Mitchell Moses come back, he's got about the longest kick consistently and helps Parramatta get out of trouble. Now, they need to just get down there and put Latrell into a corner and just be very disciplined. If they can do that, Souths don't play that much out of trouble. They really rely on their big blokes rolling forward the back end of sets, Cook and Cam Murray to get a couple of quick play of the balls. And then Adam Reynolds has also got a brilliant kick game as well. So pressure on Adam Reynolds and then also keeping them down in their end gives them a chance.
Okay, Saturday nights, have we decided a winner? Manly and Melbourne?
Manly.
I can't wait for this game.
Really?
It's the game of the year.
Unanimous, that's so... You just...
Yeah.
Well, yeah. There's a few outs for Melbourne. No Nelson, no Kafusi. Yeah. Manly are getting a bit of luck there, pretty much full strength.
Aloiai back.
Aloiai back. I think Schuster, what he did on the weekend, I thought the errors are going to help them.
It's good to see Curtis Sirenan back.
On the extended bench, yeah.
No, he played last week.
I didn't see it.
Quite strong. Played in the middle.
That's how close I watched it.
Gold Coast, North Queensland wraps up Chemist Warehouse Sunday Footy live on 9, all Queensland battle. Gold Coast with a bit to prove here. Gets the...
Gold Coast, really impressed with the Gold Coast on the weekend. Played really. Ash Taylor had some really good signs, so hopefully he gets some confidence from this. But yeah, I like the way the Gold Coast attack. I think they got some David Fafita when he comes off the bench. He is just an absolute weapon of mass destruction. I think Titans winning a really high-scoring game.
Val Holmes is back. Cowboys have lost their last 7.
Mate, defensively out wide, they missed some tackles, which are just...
And they've lost their attack, like they've lost their hammer. Well, Holmes is back, which is a good thing. The Titans need to win. They've got South and Melbourne Storm over the next 2 weeks, so they're sitting in the 8 at the moment.
I think poor Tommy Dearden, the halfback, hasn't won a game in 20 games or so.
No.
It's worse. Yeah, as a starting halfback, I think it's pretty...
Mate, we might have to go over
400 and some days.
Let's fly up and give him a cuddle.
It's just... That's hard. That's hard. Hey, lockdown, you guys all good?
Yeah.
Yeah? Gardening, Brad?
Gardening.
What about you, Andrew?
Getting through it. People a lot worse off than us, so just getting through it. Stay strong, everyone.
Scrabble? Are you a Scrabble guy?
No.
No ball games?
You know.
There was a good game we were playing in camp. It's called Banana something. And it's a spelling game, a bit like Scrabble.
Right.
Very good. It's Banana. It's called Banana.
Remember Boulder Dash?
Yeah.
I was unbeatable because you could tell lies. Mate, world champion.
Boulder Dash.
Unbeatable.
There's another
it's like
game.
Bobby Fischer. I'm like the chess player of Boulder Dash.
There's another game called Risk.
Yeah.
It was like a war game. Steve Menzies and that. They'd bring him into Origin camp and just spend the whole camp strategically playing this Risk game. That was hilarious.
Have you played Boulder Dash?
No.
Well, they give you a word. Say there's a word called...
James is too honest.
So Rumpelstiltskin or something like that, right?
Yep.
So we're going to write the meaning. So you have the meaning,
Right.
and then me and him...
It's a root
write
vegetable you get from India.
What?
Rumpelstiltskin.
Well, something like that.
So you make it up.
Right, you're making
So you make one up, make it
You convinced
up.
me. Good line.
There you go.
South African
Bangladesh.
seed, which is extremely high in carbohydrates.
And then you put the real meaning
And then
in
you
with it.
got to sit there like a Cheshire cat because it's like poker. They're just like.
Right.
So when they read yours out, you just got to keep a straight face. Did you write that? No. Yes.
Yep.
Yes. No. Were you at Fanny's nightclub Saturday night? No. Maybe.
CCTV.
That's you doing cartwheels out of there at 4 a.m. I think you were there.
falling out of
No.
pockets.
It's the guy that looks like me.
Were you there?
Mate, no one's got a backside. What?
Were you there at kids under the shower?
We all know who was, and it wasn't Andrew. We're done. That's it for Freddy in the 8th. Catch you next week. Bye-bye.